like to welcome everybody to the March, this agenda says wrong, March 22nd
Yes.
Plan Commission hearing. We have 2 items on our agenda this evening. Before we do that, I will ask Jackie to take roll call.
Michael Baker.
Here.
Jesse Bank, not here. Todd Byrather. Here. Greg Francis.
Here.
Chris Neely.
Here.
Ryan Patterson.
Here.
Carol Shook. Here. Tim Williams.
Here.
Clifford Winger.
Here.
Christopher Britt.
Here.
Thank you. And we have a quorum.
Thank you. With that, I don't have my sheet. We will start with, I will find my instructions for hearings with regards to public comment. But prior to that, we will go ahead and begin the presentation with building permit expiration timelines by Dean Giles.
Okay, we have a slide up, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dean Giles, the interim deputy building official for Development Services Center. And we have a fairly simple request today. Is an issue that's come up over and over. It takes time for projects to be completed, to be built, and we run up many times where the permit is expiring shortly and we have to process some paperwork to get that permit extended. It eats up a lot of time for the staff. It takes approval by the building official, and it's a source of frustration for all the builders and homeowners, everyone that is doing the construction. So this proposal is to extend the expiration time of building permits. We're not talking about permitted applications, just the actual issued permits. So currently, current code says if no work, nothing happens after the permit is issued, it expires in 180 days. Now, if there's an inspection or something to show that the permit has made some progress, it will be valid for 365 days. We're discovering that after the permits are taken out and the work has begun, it often takes longer than that 1 year to actually complete a project. So our proposal, whoops, I have some technical assistance, please. I think I hit a button here that didn't like me. Just the right ear?
That should work.
Okay. So the proposal extend that permit time from 365 days to 2 calendar years. It's a nice round number, easy to verify, and should be enough time to really drastically reduce the number of permit extensions being requested. Oh, I already got there. I already mentioned why we need more time is that construction does take longer than 1 year in quite a few instances here. So we do have the additional time and paperwork involved in extending those, and we're trying to avoid that. On the which? So the goal, of course, if we have longer time to complete the projects, we have fewer expirations and extension requests. Saves quite a bit of time for the staff and the building official who has to actually approve these permit extensions. So less time spent on each permit. It's just a lot more efficiency, more time available for new work coming in, and really it reduced the amount of paperwork for everybody. It reduced the frustration from applicants, contractors, builders, generally increase the efficiency. We're always looking for ways to improve our processes, and this is one simple one that will help us out quite a bit. And it doesn't affect any of the construction codes at all. It's only the permit application time. So that's really all I have for you today. Just for reference, City of the Valley, their permits are good for 2 years also. The counties are for 3 years. So this is bringing it in line with surrounding communities. Any questions for me? Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, before we take public comment, which I see a lot of people out here today, I will set the rules for public hearings. Please silence your cell phones, no clapping, cheering, or booing, no public outbursts. Each person will have a 3-minute time limit. Everyone shall wait to be recognized by the president prior to speaking. And then persons testifying are asked to avoid repetition and limit comments to specific project and code compliance. And all comments to the Plan Commission shall be directed to the secretary to be appropriately entered into public record. This includes oral, written, and email comments. No modes of expression not provided by these rules, including but not limited to demonstrations, banners, applause, profanity, vulgar language, or personal insults will be permitted. In the event such disorders persist, the president may require the removal of the instigator, recess, or adjourn the meeting. Does that include you?
I'll try to keep it under control.
Okay. With all that said, do we have any public comment regarding this hearing item? Any online? Okay, hearing none, I am going to close public testimony, and we will begin deliberations. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'd like to move that we recommend the adoption of the extended building permit length from 1 year to 2 years as presented.
Second.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Michael. With that, any discussion?
Thank
Todd.
you, and speaking in support. It's such a logical and important move, so I like these kind of amendments.
I concur. So, any other discussion?
You said county was 3 years?
It's 3 years for Spokane County, that's correct, for residential building permits.
Is there any advantage to aligning with county's timeline?
Possibly, but this was come up in discussion with our building official, Dermot Murphy, and he suggested 2 years as an appropriate time to get through that extra work. It appears that most permits come in within the 1 year, but the ones that do extend are usually done within the 2-year time frame. The 3 years brings it out farther than necessary, in our opinion.
Thank you.
Okay. Good question. Any other questions, deliberation? All right, hearing none. Jackie, shall we take a vote?
All right, Michael Baker,
Aye.
Todd Byrather,
Aye.
Greg Francis,
Aye.
Chris Neely,
Aye.
Ryan Patterson,
Aye.
Carol Shook. Aye. Tim Williams,
Aye.
Clifford Winger,
Aye.
Christopher Britt.
Aye.
All right, motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Well, thank you. You set us off on a good start.
Thank you
Now
very
we
much
will-
for your time.
Thank you very much. With that, we will move on to bike parking code update with Colin Quinhurst and Tyler.
That doesn't look like Colin.
Great. Thank you, Commissioners, Commissioner President. I'm Tyler Kimbrell, Planner 2 at the City of Spokane. I will be presenting to you today the bicycle parking code update. So we've seen this presentation a couple times before, but just for the record and for the hearing, I'm going to go over it again. And if during this presentation you have any questions of me, I'm happy to oblige. So why are we updating these bicycle parking requirements? The Bicycle Master Plan, the Comprehensive Plan, both state that we need to basically redefine what bicycle parking is into short-term and long-term, increase bicycle parking throughout the city to make it easier for cyclists in the city to commute. We would also like to leverage the city's new investment in transit-oriented development. As you saw earlier at your workshop with the South Logan TOD project, a lot of the higher density mixed-use developments rely on alternative modes of transportation, and this bicycle parking code leverages that to ensure that people have a safe place to store their bike. Also, we'd like to leverage the city's investment in bike infrastructure. We're consistently adding new bike lanes, and we have a great network of trails within our city that all require end-of-trip facilities, and that includes bicycle parking. So just quickly going through the bicycle master plan and then the comprehensive plan. The bicycle master plan references short-term and long-term bicycle parking, short-term being the typical sidewalk inverted U-rack, and the long-term being a more secured bicycle parking location. We also want to target interested but concerned ridership. These are people who would otherwise ride their bicycle if there were good infrastructure in place. And through various studies, this has been shown to be the highest proportion of people. And also increasing the availability of bicycle parking throughout the city. So not in just the downtown, but anywhere that might be accessible via bicycle. Quickly, when we talk about short-term and long-term, what are we talking about? Short-term is on the exterior of the building. It's oriented towards visitors and customers, and it's typically designed to be an inverted U-rack. And that inverted U-rack is important because it provides the bicycle 2 points of contact, ensuring that the frame and the wheels aren't bent and that the bicycle doesn't fall over. Long-term bicycle storage are typically in secured locked rooms, enclosures, or a bike locker. And they're oriented towards employees and residents, those who will stay on site for an extended period of time, and includes horizontal and vertical racks. So the comprehensive plan also mentions bicycle parking. It's stating that it should be included in future developments and be on site of those future developments, and that the city there is sufficient and appropriate short and long-term bicycle parking. It also states that we need to develop a transportation demand management system, and this is when we start to discuss things like vehicle parking substitutions, so that we incentivize bicycle parking. So how is the bicycle parking code right now, and what is the potential in the draft that's before you? Basically now, as written, we require bicycle parking as a percentage of vehicle parking, and that number is 5%. So if a development is required to have 100 vehicle parking spaces, they're required to have 5 bicycle racks. There's no differentiation between the short term and the long term, so a typical development will implement the short term, and then there's no design guidance. So you typically wouldn't necessarily see the inverted U-rack, which are more secure for the bicycle. The potential is for bicycle parking code requirements that there's clear requirements based on the square footage of the building. There's a differentiation between the short-term and long-term bicycle parking. There's potential for more incentives. Increasing vehicle parking substitution is one of those incentives. And then just providing better guidance on what constitutes good bicycle parking. So this is just a brief look. Racks required now versus racks that are required based on the draft tables that are in your packets. We see now in some instances, for short term, it does increase, but then you add that element of the long-term bicycle parking for some uses, and it does increase the number of bicycle parking spaces. So we had a survey out for a month from February 15th to March 15th. We received 260 responses. which I believe we are pretty impressed with for this issue. The first question, where would you prefer to park your bicycle at your workplace? And the question came up last time of like, well, these bar charts don't really seem that far off from each other. So this was a ranked choice vote, so they got to vote which was their favorite, 1 through 5. And when we click on, we can actually see number 1, in a ground floor secure bike room accessible by a door from the sidewalk or street. 41% of people chose that as their first option. The runner-up being in a secure bike room or cage in an automobile parking area. Only 19% of people put that as their first choice. We asked the same question for your residents. And again, 32% of respondents selected that they would prefer their bicycle storage area to be on the ground floor, secure bike room accessible by a door from the sidewalk or street. Then we asked, what is your general level of agreement with long-term bicycle storage? 72% saying strongly agree or agree. And then just to get a feel of who's responding to the survey, we had 45% enthused and confident, which means that they'll likely ride if it's on a slow-paced street with trees and good bike lanes and good bike infrastructure generally. Strong and fearless, they're riding down Division. Interested but concerned, maybe if they had the really good infrastructure in place and a place to store their bike, they would ride. And then the no way, no how, we're not riding our bike no matter what. So this is where we are. These are all of the public meetings and different committees and boards that we went to. This process has been going on since December when we first kicked off with the presentation at Urban Experience. Are now to March 22nd, Plan Commission public hearing. And we are planning on going to council with this, or starting the council process in April, going through May for adoption. That's the part 1 of the presentation. At this point, I would like to note that there were emails circulated to you all earlier with a few public comments that were received after the agenda was put out. To summarize those, we received one from the Downtown Spokane Partnership. And for the record, for anybody watching, they had concern over the 0.5 per residential unit in multifamily units of 10 or more units. They stated that this exceeds their observed rate of usage. They also asked if there was flexibility in the storage location, and they were concerned about the costs for implementing the bike storage. I also circulated a comment from our fire department concerning lithium-ion batteries, and they stated that lithium-ion batteries are very common, also being used in e-bikes. They recommended that there be some form of outdoor storage for e-bikes if that became necessary, and that the apartment's ability to regulate the storage would be recommended. With that is my presentation.
I have a question. With regards to the Downtown Spokane Partnership question or comment, I believe current use isn't impacted, right? Current construction, current use. But a change of use of a facility would trigger the code. Correct? So if downtown, an existing office building or they decide to convert certain commercial floors to residential use, that would then trigger the requirements for the secure storage lockers, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Want to make sure of that. And any, obviously, new construction as well.
And Tyler, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the change of use, you are credited for the amount of, whether you have the bike parking on site or not. Let's say it's a historic building, so there's no bike parking. through the change of use process, you would be credited for the bike parking that prior use required, whether it was there or not. And in other words, you're only required to build the change or the whatever's added from the use that you're applying for. Am I characterizing that correctly?
I understand what you're saying. That's a part of the vehicle parking code, but I don't think we reintroduced it as a part of the bicycle parking code.
Okay.
So what you were suggesting was that there would potentially a credit for
That-
whatever the existing requirements were for the current use. In the new use, it would just be the differential between the two.
Yeah, and I think that's how our old code worked. So that's why I was confused and wanted to make sure I had that clear. Sorry.
Okay, but that is not there.
No, we did not introduce that same provision in the bicycle parking code.
Okay.
I had a question about the downtown. They would still have the 5 per every, or 0.5 per every resident?
Yeah, so the way that the table in your packet is written, the draft table is any multifamily dwelling development above 10 units would be subject to 0.5 per unit. So say there was a 100-unit development, it would be required to have 50 spaces.
Okay, so it would seem reasonable that more people downtown would use bicycles than people at either extremity, north and south, wouldn't it?
Presumably.
Okay, just wondering. Okay, thank you.
Carol?
Now, I wanted to ask a question in regards to the, can you hear me? Mm-hmm. In regards to, this would go in effect for even the current businesses and buildings? It would be for new construction?
Our code only applies if there's a change of use, major renovation, or new construction.
Okay.
Commissioner Britt?
I do have a couple questions for you, and I'm sorry if this has been previously answered, but you said something about there could be a swap for a certain amount of cars, car parking space versus bike parking space. Is this like a pro rata? Like, do you have a total amount of square footage that you want filled, and you'll allow more or less for bike storage? How does that work exactly?
So I think your question is directed towards vehicle parking substitution, if I'm hearing correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so say development was required to put in 100 vehicle parking spots. They could substitute 25 of those by implementing a certain number of bicycle parking spaces. And those bicycle parking spaces would have to be in addition to what is required.
Okay, so would, I don't know if you've workshopped it at all, but is that actually make it more, would that make certain buildings more available, considering that they would have to spend less area developing car parking, or is it relatively the same amount of space?
Yeah, so if you turn in your packet on page 8, there's under the analysis, under vehicle parking substitution, we note that a single bicycle takes up approximately 16 square feet, whereas under our current code for parking regulations, a car takes in 153 square feet, and that does not include things like driveways, landscaping, any other vehicle parking related regulation.
Okay. And I have one more question. The letter that came from the fire department, it was talking about the fires can become, more unwieldy. is there anything sort of in the parking code update to maybe allow again for maybe the prohibition of lithium batteries, or allow the places who are servicing these long-term and short-term bike storage to sort of make their own rules about that?
So I guess in direct response to that email, we do allow, for instance, apartments to put the bike storage outside. I think that addresses some of their concern there. Sorry, you were a little difficult to hear. Does that answer the question?
Well, kind of yes, kind of no. So some of the problems that I've read about other places having, specifically like New York City just recently passed ordinance against lithium batteries because there are a lot of cheap, foreign batteries that are being produced, and things like having them stored outside actually is more deleterious to the batteries themselves, which of course damaged batteries lead to more fire. So I guess that's why I'm asking the question if there needs to be something put or an allowance made for these properties who are going to be subject to this new code update to be able to make rules for themselves based upon safety information.
I don't think our zoning code would address that specifically. For apartment complexes, my understanding is that they're allowed to make their own regulations for their tenants.
Yeah, Chris, this is Todd, and I'm on the State Building Code Council. So what you're asking, I think, is not a development code question, but is being addressed in the life safety codes, in the fire and the building code. Is that kind of what you're asking?
Yes, it is.
I think,
Yeah.
unless you have something
Directly related.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I think Tyler's comment about the fact that the proposed code does allow for interior or exterior would allow potentially then developers to select whichever one they felt was more appropriate under potential safety concerns.
Except one of the challenges there is in an environment like downtown, the opportunity to develop an outdoor facility is probably going to be fairly constrained.
Yeah.
And if I may?
Yeah.
We do have a provision in there that allows a development, for instance, downtown, to have a bicycle parking storage area within 300 feet of the building it intends to serve. So if there's a parking lot adjacent, for instance, and there were multiple residential buildings around, they could all come together and put it, and that would be exterior. And it's a potentially unique situation, but there is that option as well.
Okay. Commissioner
In your
Baker.
code for multifamily 10 or more units, it's a half a parking space requirement
Per unit.
Per unit, yes.
How did you come up with that number?
It's just based on the Association of Pedestrian and Bicycle Professionals' best practices.
Seems rather excessive to me.
All I can say is that for their goals of meeting 5% mode share, that was what was recommended in our bicycle master plan. We state that our goal is 5% mode share.
Questions? I know I have a question. So, I'm sorry, we're going to go back to the life safety thing here for a minute. There's nothing specifically in the code to forbid or allow, I guess, a property owner with regards to the storage units. Could they forbid the storage of e-bikes in their storage units, even though they're...
I know what you're, yeah.
I mean, because say a downtown building, you're doing a renovation, converting it to housing, and they can't build an off-site facility, they can't come with a collaborative agreement with a neighboring property, so they're going to build internally, because that's actually probably going to be less expensive. They're not going to have to pay some sort of cost for an external site. could they say, okay, well, we're building our locker space and we're just not going to allow
A specific
e-bikes in
type
here?
of bike.
Can they forbid a certain type of bike?
I can't answer that. Our development code wouldn't regulate
Address
that. It would not address it, no.
Would they also not going to allow electric cars being in their parking spaces? I mean, if I'm understanding batteries, they use lithium batteries
Yep.
too, and so do computers. And why pick on e-bikes?
Well, planes have banned certain types of phones.
Oh, I don't know, I take my phone on my plane.
Certain models of phones are not allowed on planes.
So, I'm sorry, but it just seems odd.
I'm just saying that
No,
the fire department.
I'm not arguing
Yeah.
with you. I'm challenging what was said by the fire department, because to me, there's bigger batteries in cars that are parked in parking spaces inside buildings.
So at risk of deliberating, I think I'll just again say, I read the letter as, this is a concern, and it is, and it's being addressed in other life safety codes. I think this question is the requirement to do it, not how to do it. How is in the building of fire codes.
But are they addressing that with electric cars as well?
No, that's out of our scope, right?
Well, the answer is yes, they're addressing it, and insurance is the other big consideration in some existing garages that don't have certain fire ratings, so forth. There's still that question out there,
Okay,
but,
okay.
so the codes are trying to address it, yes.
All right, do we have any other questions for Tyler or Colin? Since we haven't picked on Colin at all.
Is there more to the presentation where,
For your deliberation, but the
Oh.
presentation for this portion is completed.
okay, then I'll ask now, can you remind us of the 5%? And that's is it in the bicycle master plan, which is adopted in the comprehensive plan? That's why we say it's a goal within the,
Yeah,
Okay.
so the comprehensive plan does touch on bicycle parking itself within the transportation chapter, but the bicycle master plan is within the transportation chapter as well, and that's where we state a few different goals, one of them being a 5% mode share. And by mode share, what I mean is that commutes, all commutes, 5% of those should be taken via bicycle.
and that's, I'm looking in the appendix of today's packet, and that's in the Exhibit H, right? Under Chapter 4. I read it earlier, and I'm just having trouble finding it now. It's
Yeah.
okay, I'll look for it there, but that's
Yeah,
where I should look.
yes, Exhibit H has a list of goals and policies that were relevant to bicycle parking. And staff analysis of those.
So you had indicated there was more presentation when we get into deliberation?
Correct me if this is inappropriate, but I do have guiding things you may want to discuss. Is that
There's some additional material, probably best to just go through it during
Do it
your,
now?
yeah, your
Okay.
presentation,
Yeah.
and then they can deliberate.
right? So
Well, and I think one reason why that's valuable is because anyone that wants to make public comment, if there's additional information that you're going to convey, I think it's good to include.
Yeah. Okay, so it was plainly just highlighting some of the text amendments that were altered before or after the workshop on the 22nd, if memory serves. Plan Commission had discussed, for instance, vehicle parking substitutions and what it might look like to differentiate between short-term and long-term in terms of vehicle parking substitution. So what we've done here, excuse me, we still kept you're allowed to substitute up to 25% of vehicle parking, but now you can either substitute with 4 short-term or 1 long-term. Previously, it didn't specify which one. And that difference between the numbers is recognizing that one is potentially more expensive to substitute with. Because residential units under the current draft table do not require short-term, there is a stipulation in there that residential units can only substitute vehicle parking with long-term spaces. We also amended, and this was directly from comments from the Public Advisory Committee, that garages should count towards your bicycle parking requirements for long-term storage. So this just states that if your unit has a has a parking garage, that covers the long-term parking storage requirement for one space.
Right, a one-to-one garage.
Yeah, one
right?
garage,
Not
one
like
long-term space. And that's solely because that garage presumably isn't able to be used by multiple tenants.
Right, okay.
Didn't have anything more on that. And then we discussed this again at last workshop. There was some discussion around, well, what's ADA accessible? What does it mean to store your bicycle in the unit? How are developers going to do that in a way that's accessible and space efficient within the unit? We also talked to current planning, and they told us that it would be very difficult to regulate in-unit bicycle parking. So this is just to note that it doesn't count towards the long-term bicycle parking requirements. There's no restriction on the tenant actually putting their bike in their unit. It just doesn't count towards the long-term storage as a requirement of the long-term bike parking spaces.
I have a question about that one. So in the packet, it says that the Plan Commission discussed that at our February 22nd workshop. I know it was brought up, but I never felt like there was any sort of consensus for that. I may be forgetting. Because, I think if you have ground floor units, that you can simply take the bicycle into the unit and they have a built-in location. I don't know if that's deliberation or not.
I was going to say, point of order, I think we could
Yeah.
deliberate that and build consensus during the...
Yeah, we can't build
I'm just-
consensus during a meeting.
I'm sorry.
Just to kind of reiterate context on this, current planning took issue with trying to regulate this, and through discussion at the February 22nd workshop, it sounded like there was some, well, how are we even going to regulate this on this sort of level as well. So that is the basis of this change.
Just brings up a question. You often see balconies on apartments and people with their bikes out on the balconies. Could that, with new construction, if they had balconies, could they count that as a bike storage area?
No.
Can't use them for anything else then. Use them to picnic on if you
You brought up ADA. Many people who have disabilities use recumbent-type bicycles, which take up more room than a normal sit-down bicycle. Would there be required spaces for that to help the people that either use hand pedals or recumbent because of other disabilities?
Yeah, so in our long-term bicycle parking requirements, there's a provision in there that 25% of the spaces need to be horizontal. And so that's to ensure that people who can't lift the bicycle into a vertical position or potentially have more spacing requirements can fit those within those. And then we'll get into this too. If you look in the email we circulated earlier, there was a couple of tables, and one being the draft as written in Exhibit A, and another is a 5% mode share goal as written by the Association of Pedestrian and Bicycle Professionals. This is just at the February 22nd workshop, there was some discussion around, well, what would 5% look like? And I'm providing that table for your discussion.
And I'm sorry, I still can't find it. I know we talked about it, and I've seen before 5% by 2037, right? Is that in our comprehensive plan or in the master plan?
It should be in the bicycle master plan. I don't know if it's a goal specifically, but it is written potentially. I don't have the bicycle master plan with me, but I believe it's in
Yep.
the introduction or one of the.
Behind you there.
It's in the introduction. So the introduction states 5% by 2037. And then in the goals, in the actual goals
Of the transportation element.
of the bicycle master plan. So in the introduction of the bicycle master plan, it states a goal of 5% by 2037. And then in the goals of the bicycle master plan, it states quadrupling bicycle ridership and tripling commute mode share, which adds up to the same thing. So it's stated in different ways in different places.
Thank you.
Okay, so
I have a quick question about that one. The table is in there, and I was just looking at it. From what I remember when it was presented, pretty much all the numbers in that table for 5% mode share are in excess of what's being recommended in the tables to the recommended draft table for the actual update to 17C, right? Because it doesn't have it says here's how much to get to 5%, but it doesn't have and here's what we're recommending column for comparison.
The recommended table is the one within the draft tables.
Right, I'm just saying, we don't have a side-by-side of those.
In the email that was circulated earlier, there is a side-by-side.
That one, sorry.
So yeah, there was an email sent out around noon today by
I
Jackie.
did not get that
includes
email
this
in
That
time for
includes
this
the
meeting.
presentation as a packet,
Okay,
and that's actually, once we're done with questions for staff, I'm going to actually have a recommendation here, so.
Okay.
And the reason we sent that through earlier is because we knew ahead of time this was going to be very difficult to see.
Oh, easy to read.
Yeah, I can't read that. Just flipping back here, you can see some of the goals, and we do have kind of a range here in the 5% mode share goal recommendation. We normally kind of go by this APBP recommendations, but there are some others that recommend going up to 1 per unit or 0.25 for retail stores, or 0.25 per 1,000 square feet for retail stores. So there's a range. Based on our research, APBP is kind of what we've leaned on. So, and that is the presentation.
Okay, additional questions?
Basic question. What happens if a facility consistently fills all of its rack space?
That would be a great thing from our perspective. It just means that there's the demand. We wouldn't say that we wouldn't put in the development code, for instance, that if you are at capacity, you would need to implement more. That would be solely on the private developer to make that decision.
Thank you.
Probably affect whether anybody would buy.
Are there any third-party certifications, building certifications and so forth, that give other REACH goals? Because I think related to that question, this would be, the lower regulatory piece.
Yeah, I believe LEED has some. I can't even think of the acronym right now. LEED certification has bicycle parking. I'm not familiar with those, so I apologize.
I think I asked about that once earlier, if you'd checked that.
I did check it, but I don't know off the top of my head.
And I think part of the LEED certification is they give you a certain number of points for meeting certain thresholds.
That's correct.
Right, yeah. All right. Additional questions for staff? All right. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Colin. With that, we are going to move on to public comment. I'm not seeing anyone here. Jackie, do we have anyone online that would like to testify?
There is one call-in user who is unmuted and can speak up if they want to.
Okay. Call-in user, is there something that you would like to say? All right. Hearing none. That will conclude our public verbal testimony. And so I'm closing verbal testimony at this point. Now I want to make a recommendation. I personally feel unprepared to make a decision today. We got the packet on, Monday afternoon. We got additional materials today at noon. There's a lot to digest there. A lot of tables, a lot of content, a lot of public comment that's in the packet from the survey, and I think it's worth reading. So my recommendation is to defer deliberation and our decision until April 12th, so that there's an opportunity for everybody to go through that material and be much better versed at discussing this so that we can make a more informed vote.
Is that a motion?
Not a motion, it's a point, a discussion point, I guess. Is anyone opposed to that?
I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also ready. But the packet only has to be posted 24 hours?
Under OPMA, it's 24 hours. I think what Commissioner Francis is suggesting is that it would be helpful to have more time to review those materials. Typically, we're getting that out a week in advance, and because of the joint City Council Plan Commission meeting, we had to wait a little bit to get the announcement out after coordinating with City Council. So we did get materials out a little later than usual. We still are well within the timeframes dictated by state law.
Yeah, I think we're within compliance. It's just I want to be prepared to vote. And I don't feel prepared. I mean, I've read the materials, but I think there's a lot there to digest. And I'm hearing questions with regards to the table that was in the packet. So.
Again, not opposed, but also eager to deliberate, and if, to the point, like, we can discuss consensus and so forth and inform, the council. So maybe another option is continuation of deliberation, or is that a bad idea once you would open up deliberation?
So your suggestion is that deliberation would occur right now with a continuation at the end until the next meeting? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, but that's just out of eagerness.
Yeah.
And I did read it and want to celebrate especially the staff report. Give credit to it. Yes.
Well, I'm still rookie enough. I don't know, Mr. Richmond, if there's any concern about continuing, opening up deliberations and then continuing to a subsequent meeting.
What about public comment? Does that reopen that?
We closed that.
No, we've only closed verbal public comment so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any concern with that. I think if you want to begin deliberations, you'll need to close the record, so there wouldn't be any opportunity for additional comments between now and your continued deliberations.
Okay.
I think there was a lot of material that came from the witness today. I didn't get to read the noon email. So I'm with you that one way or the other, we need more time on this.
I also didn't get a chance to read it.
Although I also did not read this email, is it just the side-by-side table that was additional, though?
In terms of what was, yes, there was the comment, the public comment that
Public
was
comment.
received, but that was received last night, so today was the earliest we could send it. And then there is the side-by-side comparison, that was what was sent today.
So these tables were in the original packet, it's just they're presented in a side-by-side format now.
Correct. That's just a
Yes.
different format. The only additional materials that were included in the email today was the presentation, which really is just a digesting of the packet, and then the public comment from Downtown Spokane Partnership and the Fire Marshal, which we've heard, which Tyler has covered both of those items. So, if you've read the packet,
Why don't you,
yes?
why don't you make a motion? See
He
if it
shouldn't,
has-
he shouldn't do it. I mean,
Is that-
should.
Well,
Can we do that?
I guess, is there a desire to do deliberation today? I know Todd's supportive of deliberation.
Me too.
You would, is there anyone against beginning deliberation today? With a continuation of deliberation until April 12th, and then we do the final vote on April 12th?
So I assume it's your prerogative, but also, I think you've already closed the record, so for verbal, I don't know if that means you're leaving it open for more written, we couldn't if we started deliberation.
Well, yeah, if we begin deliberation, I'll close the written record. If we were going to defer deliberation until April 12th, I'd leave the written record open until the 12th.
Right. I don't know if you could do that if we started deliberation, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, we would close all public comment
if we start to.
if we start deliberating today. Now we're deliberating on whether or not to deliberate. So,
Todd, it's a simple question, but is there a rush?
Be nice.
Just have to do this again in 2 weeks?
My point was to give more feedback to.
Oh, well, that's fair.
okay. It is my prerogative. I'm going to keep the written public record open until April 12th. We will continue the hearing on April 12th, and we'll begin deliberation on April 12th.
Yeah.
With that, are there any other items that I need to cover, James, before I? Okay, with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.